The suggested run for today is based entirely around the Stiletto. Pretty good weapon even before the 1.1 update, but with the introduction of the open wounds mutation, you really only need to hit an enemy with a single melee strike to just get infinite criticals with this weapon forever. It's pretty good, and it's actually a weapon that I've been wanting to do a run with for a little while here, so why not just pull one out of the huge suggestion box that I got here? And even more than that, I also... It almost doesn't even matter because I have a bunch of other very good weapons alongside the Stiletto as well. For example, Knife Dance and the Alchemic Carbine. Even if I'm not working with a damage over time run, you know, using Wolf Trap, Hulk Toad, Bow, everything like that, it's like these things can still carry a run by themselves. Also, continue to enable a whole lot of critical strikes at all points in time with this weapon. In fact, I would almost say that it's too good because I'm really going to have to force myself to not just use the Alchemic Carbine and Knife Dance for this entire run. Well, we'll see. I will try to get as much out of the dagger as possible, but no promises. Aside from that, there's also the Fire Grenade and Phaser, which, yeah, those are definitely two weapons here as well. They will be appearing in the pool. Yep. Sure will. So anyway, using like two Knife Dance, Alchemic Carbine, I also think that at this point in time, probably have enough range that I can go give another attempt to get the Acceptance Blueprint again. Something that tried a time already, got very, very close to getting, and failed right in the last stretch of the game. I swear I'm not doing that on purpose. It's just... that final boss is really hard, man. And I keep getting cocky and playing poorly. Well, anyway, if all I wanted to do was get the fourth boss cell, I would just take the same old... anything else I want to get before going? I guess let's get the chest, why not? Yeah, I would just take the same old Ice Shard and Infantry Grenade that I've been going with before, because those are... It's a very cheesy, very good build, and I'd like to say that if I was just concerned about getting that fourth boss cell, that's all I would need. However, I want to still do a whole lot of cell grinding here, and I did open up suggestions, so I want to be doing that for... Yeah, I'll just go. Still want to be doing that for a whole long while here. Make progress where I can, like in the Forge and everything like that, so... I'm be stuck with a whole bunch of maybe somewhat suboptimal, but at least it'll be different runs than just doing the same thing over and over. Though, if you've noticed with some of the other runs, maybe not the best runs being suggested here, but at least they're interesting. Can't say that they're not. Alright, what do I even want here? I don't even know if you can get 100% on a poison target in the Stiletto. I want to say probably not, but if that's possible, that would be a number one thing to go for. Obviously need open wounds, important part of the run here. Even though, like I said, I don't even think it's all that necessary if I'm going to be carrying an Alchemic Carbine around with me the entire time. But, you know, huge damage over time, and Knife Dance especially, are going to be very good in the upcoming Conjunctivius fight. Which, it's like, even if I don't get too much use out of the dagger itself, and I'm betting that I will, at least against the... There we are. If nothing else, at least against the tentacle phase. It's like, it should be... I don't know. I'll figure out, kind of. I'm going to be playing this weapon, this set of weapons sort of by ear as I'm going on here. Who knows? Maybe I'll get more out of, like, the... Take him down. Maybe I'll get more out of, like, the bomb than I'm thinking, because... You know, there is a lot of range here, with the exception of using the phaser, which is why I'm probably not going to be using the phaser all that much. It's like a lot of range and a lot of good potential for keeping enemies at bay, which is why I'm thinking, nope, well, so much for that. Which is why I'm thinking that it's like something like Curse Chests might be good here. It's a Brutality-focused run, and I think that I could easily swing getting a bunch of extra stats from that as well. I am going to be hitting up, like, the Graveyard and the Ancient Sewers. It's good potential for... There we are. For getting a lot of damage, for getting like a lot of damage increase out of that, and then even if I have a very like low ranked weapon or whatever, I can still like nigh on one-shot enemies by the end of this. It's just the fact that I have Yeah, because the last couple of builds that I've been working with, it's like they're good, they're fine, but they're not quite the sort that I would say could go up against something like Conjunctivius. Because, for example, last one I did, the broadsword plus turrets, just like that's absolutely terrible for going up against her because turrets don't target her and the broadsword's too slow to get any really consistent damage. We'll see, we'll see. And the reason that I'm not really too enthused about using the phaser with this build is because phaser works... Oh, great, cool. That's going to be annoying to get through. Is because phaser works best with weapons that have like one single hit because it only targets a single enemy, and phaser only targets a single enemy and it's only for a single hit. So a really fast weapon like this that doesn't really get too much benefit from a single big hit is not really going to be too useful with that. Also, I just don't like phaser all that much. Everybody keeps wanting me to use phaser. I hate that weapon. Takes up a slot. Doesn't even do all that much extra damage. Waste of space, unless you're just using it for an extra little bit of stats, if you were asking me. Oh, maybe I should at least take it, though, because, you know, again, these runs are all about, one, cell grinding, and two, just... Oh, awesome. And at least you do get a good buff up on the amount of enemies you get killed from that, as well as some extra cells. Yeah, these things are all... It's all about cell grinding, and it's all about using some builds that otherwise I probably wouldn't. I mean, hell, that's the original impetus of the single weapon runs that I did all the way back in the day. Also, just because, you know, a lot of people that play Dark Souls were doing it, and this game got compared a lot to Dark Souls, so... it's a sign, I suppose. Well, I mean, it would be a sign, except I can't afford any of these. Hey! I mean, the plan here, as far as getting weapons goes, is still just try to grab stuff from the in-between areas, because they're just far and away so much better than anything that you're going to be getting from shops, and from both shops and the... like treasure chests that you're gonna find for like, the next 2 biomes, not even just the next biome. Oh, it really does make me wonder if Motion Twin... Careful. If Motion Twin realized kind of how important that they were gonna be making, you know, kind of, sort of this combination of perfect play and speed running in the game with how these doors were designed. It's one of those things where I'm thinking it's... I don't want to say necessarily that I should be... You know, like I would call for a nerf on it or whatever. What's the weaker one? You. I don't know if I would really call for a nerf on the in-between areas, because I do really think that you need every single benefit that you get in this latest update, especially on the higher cell difficulties, but I don't know, maybe just raise the level of stuff in general that you get from each of the areas, lower the difficulty of enemies, something like that. But the fact that I can... This is one of the very... Oh, that sucks. Ah, should have seen that coming. Alright, this is about equivalent to where I was last time. Okay, and this time I'm going to be using the kind of like, I don't know, sub-optimal, less than optimal variant of the run, where I'm using like the fire grenade and the phaser compared to before, just because I think that I want to save the third run for being the double knife dance, and then, in all likelihood, using the Alchemic Carbine a whole lot type of run. You know, the one that I think is going to be most successful. But I still want to kind of explore everything else related to this. So I'm at least going to give it an attempt. Yeah, sure. 4 plus plus. Yes. The thing I was saying before I died was that this is the one time before I actually get the Forge a little bit more upgraded that I am going to be able to get the upgraded weapons otherwise. The ability to have stats from my weapons rather than just giving me... That's not what I meant to do. Rather than just giving me a little bit of... rather than just giving me benefits or extra damage. Soldier's resistance is good, but isn't that good until you get real late in the game. So I think that instead... I'd actually just grab Disengagement. I don't know. Let's just choose something so we can get on with the damn run already. Sure. Disengagement is also something that I do think that in the last couple times that I have been fighting the Hand of the King would have been extremely useful. For example, that last run, if I had the disengagement rather than masochism, probably would have won. Of course, if I also just didn't roll into the bombs and instead rolled away, which would have put me right in front of the Hand of the King, but hey, clearly would have been the good choice. You know, split seconds decisions and all that. That also is an interesting game in the way that it's usually not a bunch of small decisions that lead to your downfall. It really is just one singular big one that tends to do you in more than anything. Like, whoops, I got hit by the really big attack, and now I'm done. A little bit redundant to have the poison and the bleeding on there, like I said before, but you know, it is also damage in its own right. It's not just... I think that it's only redundant from the open wounds. You still get a lot of damage from the alchemic carbine. But hey, if you're in some sort of position where you can't use the alchemic carbine, which, I don't know, could conceivably come up, I could see this being pretty good. Alright, in the meantime, I'm not even going to try to do a phaser onto a slasher there, not when there's so many other enemies sitting in there at the same time. I do like seeing that apparently open wounds still does apply the bleed, even though it's, like, technically not an attack, kind of. I mean, even one of the things that I noticed in a couple of the failed runs that I've been doing right now is that you do also apply bleed damage if you do a downward dive attack on enemies. You can see right there. And let's just set this up. Nope, I tried. There's disengagement popping already. There should be a food shop down here somewhere. This is also the point where taking alienation might have been a decent take as well, but just watch out for that. Taking alienation might have been a decent take as well, but I'm also allegedly supposed to be doing a melee run here, so I don't really want to focus too hard on curses, because that just puts me in way too much danger. Taking 15 extra curse there. I don't really know if there's anything else that I could be getting out of open wounds right now. Maybe some extra damage from the flame grenade, but its base damage is so small. Phaser, I suppose, like stacking up as many... Watch out, because that somehow still hits across gaps. Yeah, maybe like Flame Grenade, which has some pretty small base damage, but could work. But Phaser, I guess if I stack up like 100% on poison, 100% on... or 6% on bleeding, 30% on fire, it's like that could work? Maybe? Just roll right through there. I don't know. I don't think I can breach the slasher fast enough that I want to try to go mano-a-mano with him. So... and okay, there we go. Yeah, something like just a powerful... watch out. Yeah, something like just a powerful grenade, like a decently leveled up infantry grenade with 100% poison synergy or whatever, I feel like would be doing me a lot better than something like the fire grenade or even the knife dance in a lot of situations. Knife dance remains one of the very good ways to get nice burst damage off, but I don't know, the cooldown is still a little bit prohibitive for what I want to be doing. It's still a little bit prohibitive, and I don't really have too much stuff that I can do with that, especially when I'm kind of splitting my damage and my kills from enemies between range and melee with the alchemic carbine like this. Who knows? Might be a... yeah, good. Yeah, that damage is starting to pop off, I will say that. Especially getting that increased speed and extra criticals. Oh, man. With the amount of health I'm working with, though, I don't know if it's worth it. Just look at this, and I'm like, that's just a surefire way to get myself killed now, isn't it? Yep, that was all. You almost got me. Okay, 2-cell door. I'm looking for the 2-cell door to try to get healed here. I want to say... oh, and there it is. Good. But I also want to say that if I did get hit one more time, probably had the 1 hit point mechanic left that would have mostly. Probably popped disengagement one more time, you know, making sure that I wouldn't die from that, but it's also kind of a questionable play to be relying on disengagement for anything. Oh, and I still do need to find all the keys, too. Okay. Probably should also be popping every single one of these runes possible as well, just to, of course, get as much benefit out of foodstuffs that I might find as possible. Ain't in 4-cell yet, so I don't have to worry about them being malaised up at this point in time. Soon enough, though. Soon enough. Actually, I don't even know if it's going to be too soon. Even if I did unlock the 4th boss cell, I still think that I'm still really unprepared for taking on 4-cell mode. Unless I was doing some super cheesy build, and again, the problem with that is that it would just turn into the same type of... Oh, that's not good. Just get away from the slasher. It would turn just the same build over and over until I got a winning run, and nobody wants to see that. Here's where outranging enemies is going to be fairly useful. And there we go. Yeah, Slasher's still a little too much health for me to take out easily. Same with elites. I made a bad decision in that last run. I mean, usually I like to take out as many elites as possible, but not if I'm going to be doing it melee right now. 100% damage inflicted and taken. Oh boy. Yeah, sure, I'll try it. This seems like a very bad idea, but I do want to get some use out of Phaser right now. Not bad. I didn't see exactly how much damage that was. The worry is not so much dealing a lot of damage now. It's all about not getting completely destroyed by an enemy when they hit me once, when they tap me a single time with the weakest attack possible. And great. Yeah. Phaser just doesn't work too well when you have a whole ton of enemies around you ready to start swinging. Well, I'm really hesitant to do that. I mean, at least I didn't go into the Ossuary this time and get killed by a flying biter, but could have happened. Well, that's at least just a straight upgrade to that. Okay, come on. Now, this is going to be rough, but if I can maybe immediately phaser the slasher, not quite. Maybe get like a little bit of poison on him, phaser him, and then just burst him down as fast as possible. Yeah. Multiple enemies nearly doing me in there. That was weird. I don't even know which one I targeted there. Okay. 100% damage given and taken on a phaser, not doing me too bad so far. You know, I did say before that it works best on large, like singular large hits, but I forgot that it only does a single, like a flat amount of damage, because I was thinking of the phaser from way long ago when I think it was like a 15% increase on the next hit you were going to do, so that's not quite the same thing. It might actually be a little bit better here, just because it does add, well, what, let's, 493 versus 957. I guess it also applies the bleed, too. So it's really not that big of an increase. And that's 100% damage inflicted and taken, eh? Wow. Man, I remember the time when a phaser used to be super, super overpowered. Like, I nearly one-shot back in the OG original version of Allah's Corrupted Edition mod. Phaser at the time was extremely overpowered, and I'm gonna be very careful here. You know, let's just do this. Can't get you if you're ducking. But anyway, yeah, I used to be super overpowered, nearly one-shot the Timekeeper during that. That was quite the time. And there we go. Not quite the same thing here, and I don't think Phaser ever quite hit the same lofty heights as it did back in those days. Of course, it seems like just about every single weapon gets at some point in time where it's absurdly good. I mean, right now it's Ice Shard. which is a weapon that I never thought was very bad, but really required having at least the oil synergy to be even kind of okay. And now it's just, even without that, it's amazing. Alright. Dark Souls 3 area. Get right in here, get right out with a little bit of extra money. However, still missing the Moonflower key, so... also you, which taking 100% damage given and taken makes it even less likely that I'm going to be going for that as of right now. In fact, even just going for the Conjunctivius, I think, is kind of a bad idea. This sort of build is way better for the Concierge fight right now. Might be worth going for that. Also, I do have to kind of think that it's like, how long do I want to spend looking for the Moonflower key? It's like there are always going to be more runs to get acceptance. Yeah, let's just go. Gotta keep things moving at a good pace here. I don't want to stall out just like because I can't find a single thing in the level after all. I think I got a good chance against the Concierge, so just go. See what happens. What am I doing for soldier resistance? It's better. Like it's only like a little less than 300 health, but eventually that gets all the way up to 25%, and then when you combo that with Dead Inside, it's kind of an incredible amount that you can get. There's a reason why I unlocked that mutation, after all. Okay. Wow. Well, I can already tell that it was a very bad idea to try to go for the 100% on phaser plate. You get one pretty big hit there, but I think it's probably big enough that it's coming up against the boss damage cap. Which is... oh, that's bad. Can at least rally up most of that health. Most of it. Almost kind of feeling like it would be worth taking the... alienation next time just to be able to heal up some of this. Although there's still... wherever I go, there's going to be a food shop, so... probably not going to be too bad. Alright, and... can kind of bait out his punches a lot with phaser, I'll say that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you can get close to this guy, he does waste time trying to punch you. I mean, and provide that you don't get hit by that, which, I'm not gonna lie, I tend to get hit by it a lot. Uh-oh, that was really close. Not doing great on the front of health flasks, but at least I'm halfway through the game right now. I don't know. Oh, pierce all enemies. I gotta take that. Even if I'm losing out on some other good stuff there. But pierce all enemies on Knife Dance is amazing. You can take out just an entire room of dudes and no problem with that. Alright. And I at least got the first door, if not the second one, which is too bad, but I could deal. Yeah, and... maybe be better. Maybe even marginally better, but I really like that damage reduction to 75%. Also, collect gold and cells over an unlimited distance isn't really going to be doing me that much anyway. How about you? It's actually about the same, but not really too much better. Let's just go with you for the extra health. I mean, as much as I am going to miss out on the damage reduction, there's not that many projectiles to be dodging around here. And I do think that I'm going to kind of re-roll you here. Because I'm not getting too much out of that right now. Still not 5% even? Oh, that's really too bad. Just kind of thinking I could rely on that a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go you, and... you. Yeah. Yeah, I need some form of healing in one way or another as of right now, because I'm not feeling too confident in my health options. Although that was largely due to the fact that I was taking 100% damage on any hit because of the phaser, but still. How are you? Actually, really not that much better, so okay. And right now, I'm almost getting 10% extra on Soldier's Resistance. Still not great, but damage is at least starting to really pop off on all the weapons, as it usually tends to do as you get kind of late in the game. There's also an area where you get more than enough enemies to... Yeah, I'm not liking this. Really not liking this. Okay. There we go. Tons of biters. 9 left. Oh, well, never mind. Not way more than 9 left now. Oh, God. When you start to get, like, into this many points of... Yes, give me that. When you start to get into this many points of curse, this is when I start to kind of worry a little bit. Oh, come on! Okay, I'm alive. Stop it so much. Dead Cells, you made your point. Things are teleporting after me, I understand. Oh, God. Oh. Can I? Okay, no, I can't. Well, this is gonna be tricky. Okay, this is when having the range stuff actually comes in handy right now. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I knew it was gonna happen, but, like, man, that's rough. Yep, that's right. I'm taking the alternate path here because I really am gonna be going for the acceptance blueprint this time. We'll see how good this is. Not too bad so far, but... Well, that's questionable already. And I'm kind of not really doing much of anything for, like, health now, unless I decide to use a whole ton of old potions. So I'm going to have to be pretty careful otherwise when it comes to this run at this point, which I am obviously completely and utterly failing at doing as of right now. Oh well, we'll see. This is kind of the place where I foresee taking the most damage, so... Yeah, this is the place where I foresee taking the most damage, so, I mean... If I can get out of here without using too many flask charges, I should be mostly okay. We'll see. Should hopefully do it. Yep. Unfortunately, tentacles can still be kind of an issue. There we go. Everything is going to deal a lot of damage, but I should be taking some pretty... Well, not like reduced damage, but a smaller amount of damage compared to my max HP in this fight, which is, I kind of hope what I'm going to be getting away with. You know, a smaller relative hits, I suppose, is the plan here. Might be able to re-roll mutations at least one more time if it's going very poorly. Rally, at least? Yeah, okay, that's okay. Yeah, of course. And one more. Yeah, the problem is the huge amount of cooldown on this, as I said before. It's kind of the... Oh, I was so close to getting away with not having to heal there. Getting right into that next phase. No such luck. Sweeping Tentacle is going to be the most difficult thing to get around. Kind of hear the tension here. Really, I just want to make sure that I have the knife dance ready to blast Conjunctivius with immediately when the tentacles are down. Like I said, sweeping tentacles. Sweeping tentacles are always the scariest part of these later phases. They come out fast and they come out furious. 2, Tokyo Drift. That's 3. The Return of Xander Cage. Not even the same series. I mean, it's the same series in spirit. Alright, alright. What's the name of the character that Ice Cube played in The Return of Xander Cage? I can't remember. Like Darian something. Oh, come on, I got this. Wonder if they're ever going to make any more Triple X movies. Probably not, but... Oh, come on, I'm so close here. Can I just avoid getting into the... Yes, there we go. Okay, not great. Not terrible either. Ah, yes, flashing light's still off. Okay. I'm not going to say that this is good for... I don't know if this is good for getting the hand of the king. I want to say this is pretty good for... Yeah, funny about the whole rally thing. Yeah, I'm not going to say this is good for getting the hand of the king, but I am going to say this is probably pretty good for at least getting acceptance. Might have to... I can't... I might have to replace, like, Soldier's Endurance with something else, though, because... Oh, yeah, that's a huge upgrade. Never mind. I'm going to look at anything else. You might have to replace Soldier's Endurance just because it's like I really do need some form of healing. Anything. Like, anything here. And in the meantime, come on, 5%. You can at least give me 5%. It's got to be coming at, like, 200 cells, and I'm just... one second away. Oh, also I did manage to grab the Rampart blueprint. Just dropped all the way back in prisoner cells, as you do. 25k. I'll see. I think I might actually avoid picking up too many... curse chests just to really try to make that push towards getting acceptance this time. I want to try to get that one out of the way, because it is a frustrating blueprint to get. Cool. Second, then I get the rally mutation, eh? Alright, well. There goes Flask Charge 2. Also, man, with the... I guess, yeah, I don't really have too much for off stats here. Kind of a result of going through the... Which is why, even with the massive amount of health that I'm gaining, 61% here from my mutations, still not all that much. Getting nigh on one shot from Inquisitors here. Should have been, I guess, splitting up the stats a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm also only working with, like, 13 Brutality as of right now, which isn't a whole lot. So, that was only actually 30 minutes. Alright, I gotta do at least one more run there. Conjunctivius, obviously a little bit of a pipe dream at this point, so I'm just going to try to get as far as I possibly can in the game as of right now. And to that point, I am in the Stilt Village. Already cleared out every one of the curse chests that I could have possibly gotten, so I made sure that I ain't going to have any more, Nice. I'm not going to have any more, really bad goes at the game, hopefully. I'll at least get to the castle or something. I don't know. Just get somewhere. Let's say that. Also got it up to 10% appearance of plus rank items, so I'm pretty happy about that. As well as obviously a couple knife storms here. One of them has the bleed propagation, which is great at taking out a lot of worms at once. Same issue, obviously, with the huge cooldown, but that's okay. I can deal with it. Oh, wait, is this a cursed chest? I mean, well, that is a guy shooting at me, but I can't take another cursed chest. Really don't want to. And okay, let's just at least see. It probably isn't one anyway. Oh, right, you guys. Bleed propagation, so, and yeah, it is definitely... You know what? I'm just gonna kind of, like, not even worry too much about this right now. Yeah, I know bleed propagation can make short work of that, but I don't think it's worth losing another run. Another of the many, many runs I've lost so far just to try to get a singular item, a single maybe decent item, a little teeny tiny bit of extra gold, and one stat. Stat's obviously the most important thing, but ain't that important. Alright. Obviously rocking Gastronomy here, so I'm able to get huge heals every single time I go up against any sort of food. Yeah, I usually see food as a challenge. I'm a competitive eater in that way. You know what I mean. Upgrade this to... S rank. I don't think it's worth taking this just for 25% extra damage. Also considering I would lose 15% as well as the health just from losing that single point of brutality. No. Well, I'm going to need as much money as possible because I am going to be re-rolling these mutations eventually. Gastronomy isn't going to be helping me too much soon enough. Oh, yeah, I got spiked boots. Oh, man, I totally forgot about that. Dropped from an elite thorny. Now, that would be nice to get event. Yeah, you know what. Just, let's invest everything except for one cell, just to make sure that I can continue to get as many sad dags as possible. But then I also have that kind of next up on the list as far as something to unlock. Yeah, that's a good old-fashioned pre-1.1 update cell distribution here. Don't really get too much use out of that now that you can just do custom mode, but hey, for old time's sake, and also to make sure that this run stays kind of as true to the original vision as possible. I don't even have an excuse. Anyway, bleed propagation, obviously still being pretty good. Like, look at that go. Look at it go. Okay, all I need to do is just find one single piece of food, completely undo that. I could even just say, screw it. Well, I'll at least... I'm not going to go for it just yet, the potion drink, but we'll kind of keep that in mind for right now. Still taking a lot of damage. And no question on that, obviously, but... I'm not going to say this is still not frustrating. I do really like doing all these custom runs here. I mean, I've said before, it's not only just a way to do a different sort of look at the game, but it is also just fun to think of the idea that somebody, maybe in less than a minute, just typed out a comment saying, hey, do a run like this. And I'm sitting here, spending 2 hours trying to make this run happen as hard as possible. Sort of like how I did Brainlord back in the day, just because I wanted to have a full and a serious playthrough of Brainlord on this channel, so that when people look at my playlist, they're like, what? Brainlord? What is this game? It's some kind of mediocre SNES game? What? And it's a full playthrough. Anyway, regardless, it also does encourage me to unlock a few items that I would probably be overlooking too. I mean, I'm trying to make this as close to 100% as possible, so, I'm going to be getting to it anyway. Now I can get to some of them a little bit sooner. For example, Phaser. Alright, just get right up here. Should be fine. Yeah, as long as I don't really screw up and, say, jump into spikes 2 times, I think I'll be mostly okay. Oh, things are really doing a lot of damage to me, though. Sooner that I can get something like some sort of health increasing, I don't know, the better. Inquisitors are obviously going to be the most important thing to worry about, because bleed propagation is going to take care of the... Bleed propagation is going to take care of the bats, and... So I'm looking for... Bleed propagation is going to take care of the bats, and the, like any other major enemies like trackers or whatever are going to be pretty quickly taken care of with just a knife blast to the face. But the Inquisitors, they're always the most irritating of all enemies now, aren't they? Nope. Bleed propagation almost activated him a little bit earlier than I wanted. Would have been okay though, I'm betting. I am getting a lot of use out of the stiletto and the open wounds, I'm just realizing right now. Not even opening up with a salvo of poison. So maybe it's a little bit better than I thought. At first I was thinking that this was going to be a little bit redundant. Hey, you got poison and you got open wounds and everything. But I guess if you want to be very, very fast, it's actually quite a good mutation for that. Still think that it's kind of unnecessary to have the Alchemic Carbine, but... I'm at least getting usage out of everything here that I have equipped, not like the phaser and the firebomb. I guess I'm gonna go up here, shop, anything of any interest. No, I would need like poisons enemy as well as bleeds, or maybe like another bleed propagation for that to be good enough to take. And even then, that would be giving up Yeah, well, I guess only a point of tactics, but still, that's extra health that I'm giving up for just maybe a decent affix. Not likely, though. Oh, don't die to the... Okay. Don't have to worry about it. All right, anybody else? Anybody else? Just you. This is not even the correct direction to go, anyway. Yeah, I can see where I'm supposed to go. It's right underneath here. Oh, is that 60? Wow, that was... It's gotta be like record time, man. I guess, yeah. I always say that Bleed has some of the best affixes in the entire game, and that propagation is crazy good. All right, get right over here. Not even gonna worry about grabbing any of the... Not even gonna worry about grabbing any of the cursed chests here. That's far too much of a risk for far too little of a reward. Oh god, all of these freaking guys. And I somehow managed to get out of there without getting hit. Oh, wow, it's like those things were just perfectly spaced as if they were planning for me to get bleed propagation here. Wow, that's amazing. Also very irritating. Yeah, dagger's still pretty good at taking out any sort of flying enemy. Just mash on that key. Oh, that was very close. Okay, and that's actually another... Come on now. It's actually another good source of healing if necessary. Because with Gastronomy, any food immediately turns into a full heal. It heals 115% of my health. Yeah. I don't even think that... I don't think there's any way that I could, I'm trying to think, is there like any... Maybe they're going to introduce an affix eventually that's like reduces healing received from food or something, because that's the only thing that I could possibly... Uh-oh, this is going to be bad. Actually, not too bad, because that's not the... That's one of the abilities that an elite can have that kind of freezes them in place. I am still going to need to go around him, though. And yeah, that worked. I mean, it worked well enough. Also gives everything a nice red glow around here, with the green from the normal light that appears around my character makes it seem like a... There we are. Like it's watermelon flavored at this point in time. Anyway, I will go fight these two guys. I don't think they're going to be too difficult, especially if I can just get a couple night blasts. Also, extra angry red time in the Sepulchre now. Yeesh. Okay, let's do it. And that's all I need. A lot of extra cells, a lot of extra money. Which, if I'm going to be doing stuff with re-rolling mutations, will definitely be good. All right, Timekeeper. I think this is going to be a decent build for the Timekeeper, but it is probably going to be a little bit of a lengthy fight, if I was going to guess. So, you know, that's always going to be a little bit... Whoa. Huh. Huh. I mean, do I want to? You know what? I'm gonna try it. This is a very, very bad idea. But you know what? If I'm gonna go out, I want to go out with a bang. So, let's check her out. Kind of getting cold feet already. Because the thing is, I'm gonna come right up against the boss damage cap. I can't do it. Can't do it. I want to do it, but I can't do it. 200%, 2 brutality, 50% extra damage, extra critical hits. It's like, that's also really good. I foresee a pretty good fight even... Yeah, because I would just go up against the damage cap, and then I wouldn't be doing any extra damage, and I would be taking a lot of extra damage. So, no. This is going to be worth it. This is going to be way, way better of an idea. Okay. Okay, she's gonna be working with the shuriken, so I can do this. Well, mostly that. Not great, but you know what? That went fine. Got a little bit too over-eager as far as fighting her. But, yeah, like I said, I was definitely up against the damage cap on that one, so I don't think I was going to be doing too much damage regardless. Come on. This is a good... I would say this is a pretty good chance to go up against... not quite. I got a pretty good chance when I'm going up against the Hand of the King here, if I can make it to him. So, we'll see. I got the heart going on, and if I can keep that until the end of this area, I can re-roll it into maybe just getting a bunch more health, and then have a pretty good shot beating the Hand. We'll see, I suppose. Hey, stop that. Lead propagation also makes it double extra easy to try to get criticals in on enemies. I'm very glad that he can't hit above himself there. Let's just go. Okay. I'm doing that thing where I'm rushing again. I don't want to rush and die and lose the entire run, so I'm just gonna kind of keep that in mind. Take it easy. Try to resist making any more rush references, even though I really want to. Make some slow ride references. Oh, this is good timing. Good. Not the ideal sort of timing, but... Now this is worse timing. Yeah, okay, well that sucks, but... I mean, granted, what was the chances that I was going to fall directly on top of a... What were the chances that I was going to fall directly on top of a Guardian Knight like that? That was insane. Alright, come on. Go down already. Don't want to try... I don't want to accidentally try... I don't want to try stabbing him and accidentally hit his back and die immediately. And yeah, I know I said... yeah, I don't know. Let's just try to hurry this one up as much as possible. Get... a lot of exploration, and there's you. So close, yet so far. And just try to get a little bit of exploration in here, hurry this up as much as possible, and then just get out of here and get on to the final boss. 2 flask charges. Not bad. Better than the last attempt that I had at the Hand, so that's something. But I still don't want to be too sure of myself as of right now. Okay, leads into a lore room. Well, is there anything on the other side of this? Always should be checking that. No. 10,000 health. That'll turn into 15,000. Depending on... well, once I get the... Once I get dead inside. Big long hallway. There's a good chance that this is just the exit. Well, let's just finish this up then, I guess. Inch through this air. Oh, don't even need to. Okay. Just kind of hammer on that here. And, okay. There's the 2 keys. Just gotta get out of here and then get up to the Hand of the King. This is... I want to say that I got a good chance. I'm saying there's a chance. I'm not saying there's a good chance. I'm just saying there's a chance. Well, you didn't want to go into your spin there? Fine. Don't need to have you spin to win anyway. I wasn't even up there. All right. I never able to figure out the setup of the castle very easily, so I think it's just going to be kind of try to get out of here, you know, explore as much as possible, and then that's about it. Oh, great, it's a Lancer. Well, blast them with knives. Well, actually, here's a good thing that I could possibly do. Just walk in here, waiting for the cooldown on my knives to finish, and then just blast them with more knives. Rinse and repeat until everything's dead. And I still am getting a whole ton. Oh, nice. Still am getting quite a bit of damage off of the knife. It's just so very worried when trying to use it. And it's like I just feel like it's not worth it most of the time. All right. And okay. Health just getting bigger and bigger over time, which I'm not going to argue with. I really don't think that this is going to be the way I want to go. Could probably take out the dual tracker fight, but also, is it worth it? Oh god, really? Whatever. Done. I was really hoping for a piece of food. I mean, I'm actually doing okay on health right now, but I could be doing better. Let's just say that. Whoa, cool. Also nice. Just leave that as an emergency. Don't take it right now. And I'm obviously going to forget about it before I go out of the area, as one does. Also nice. I'm going to forget about it when I go out of the area, as one does, but, you know, hey, worst comes to worst, I will have some sort of emergency plan if need be. All right, maybe just, like, run through here? Is this the exit? Come on, I gotta be getting really close, right? I'm so deep into the castle right now. All right, don't even need that. It's only like 1,000 to reroll mutations for right now. Also, I can clearly see a Guardian Knight up there. Gonna definitely want to be careful. Don't really see any other area that could possibly hold the next part of the level. There's 30 kills at least. Obviously not using the knife too much for right now, but the second that I get into the hand fight... Oh, you... Alright then, sure. Very blueprint-rich episode, which I guess I'm not going to complain too much about. Especially because I think that's also the only other one that I'm missing in the... Wow, really? Come on, guys. That I'm missing right now in my otherwise 100% file. So getting that here, giving this file maybe just a little bit of a leg up. Just a little bit. All right, gonna go back for the food stuff. I did not forget about that. And see what happens, I guess. Disappointed that I lost the heart, but yeah. That's how it goes sometimes. All right. I think I got a real chance here. Dead inside and... Well, I guess it's got to be open wounds now, doesn't it? So they can't really get away from that. And make sure that I spend everything. Yeah, sure. All right. No, well, let's re-roll the mutations first. Gonna be open wounds. Going to be dead inside. Almost 20,000 health, and then... Oh, man, I don't know. Like, sure, the bleed propagation is not going to be that much more useful here. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Let's see what happens here. Oh, and actually, wait, before I go, how much would I be getting on... Yeah, 25%. That would be really nice. But unfortunately, heart's gone. Oh, well. Let's do it. Give me that fourth boss cell. That's pretty good damage. Okay, I want to be Let's kind of stall it out for the cooldown a little bit. This is really good damage. I am honestly very, very impressed. Ah, he got me. Nope. No. Oh, come on! Now that was just...